You know, it's remarkable that one thing that endures over time from Boswell High School are these friendships. And they don't end. Boswell's unique. It's a unique place. I've been gone a long time. But we get back together. It's like we never left each other. So I want to congratulate Bobby. I want to congratulate the committee for selecting Bobby. And with no further ado, Coach Jack, I think you got the floor.
Thank you, Kyle, very much. Wish my dad could be here. Great man. Very great man. But without further ado, good evening, and I want to thank, and I'm very honored, the committee for inducting me in the Hall of Fame. It's just a great honor, and I appreciate the committee putting me in there. You know, I've always loved the game of football, the competition, playing every Friday night with all my men. I mean, we grew up together, we played ball together from Pee-wee on up, all of us have. And, you know, the left hand knew what the right hand was doing all the time. I mean, from my Pee-wee days, I got a couple of my Pee-wee football coaches here, Mr. Pat Fritz, Craig Hopper. I want to appreciate y'all guys for coming out. I would like to go ahead at this time and tell you that Coach Wilson was a great influence, very great influence on us, all of his coaching staff. Mr. Mike Fritz, appreciate you coming tonight. Thank you, sir. All the other coaches. We couldn't have done it without them. And the team, individual achievements, you know, Paul, his induction, and everybody on that team. I want to accept this on behalf of all that team, because I believe every one of us guys will hang on that wall. I don't think there'll be another one like us. Coach Neil Wilson, he molded, kind of shaped us. His values, he was a great man, strong man, very knowledgeable. I'm not very good at speaking, so we're making this kind of short and sweet. I hate to, but I want to thank everybody that showed up tonight for me. I want to appreciate Miss beautiful Kim Adams for helping me out. My girlfriend, my sweetheart. My mom, Paula Fowler, Fowler. Wyatt, my son. Kyle Watson, very dear friend. Mark Techmeyer, Earl Davis, Paul Jacobs, Ricky Allison, Ricky Morey, Mike Fritz, Danny Henson, Mr. Williams, John, Sheila Williams. I appreciate y'all coming out. Very, very dear friends. Dear friends. Greatest supporter of me was my mother, my family at home, my dad. It was always after the game. I don't care if it was Pee-wee. We got home and we worked in the yard. I don't care if it was after a game. I mean, if we came in at halftime, I'd look up in the stands and you didn't even know if you was doing good or bad. You thought you were doing good until you looked at him. And he just kind of looked at the ground. I come out at halftime and goes, "You think you're doing good?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I don't think so." Yeah. He goes, "You're better than that." He's a hard man, tough man. I never forget the first time when we moved up to high school, we were playing in the front yard. He said, "Go put the pads on." Well, I figured out why after a while. He knocked me plumb across the front yard. He said, "Now that's where they're going to hit you now." He said, "We're going to practice this every day." But always, my mom, my sister, my dad, all my other buddies, very strong for me. And I want to thank each and every one of you that came out from far. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. It's a great honor, and I will hold it highly the rest of my life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bobby. Our next introducer is one of my very favorite fellow Horned Frogs, Greg Nelson.
I didn't have to wear these glasses 34 years ago when I was coaching this guy when he was at Wayside, but now I need a little help. Like everyone has said that have been up here, this is such an honor for, I know Chris, his family, his parents, but it's an honor for me too to be able to introduce someone that, you know, I feel is a very special gentleman. So when Chris called me and asked me to do this, I didn't hesitate at all. I thought, you know, this is such a great honor for you, but I really appreciate him asking. It's a well-deserved honor for Chris McBee. And I like to believe the family and athletics helps mold the people we coach, the people we raise. And so that's why just him asking me to do this was so special. So Chris, I know your family's so proud of you. I'm proud of you. Thanks again for asking me to be here. And well done. Well done. Chris McBee.
Wow, I don't know how I'm gonna have to live up to that. I got a lot of comments here that I just wrote down and wanted to make sure I got everything out and said everything I wanted to say. You know, Coach Nelson, you know, he was that one person in my life that impacted my development in so many different ways. Like you said, for years and years and years, and I wouldn't have had anybody else introduce me tonight. And thank you for doing this. It just means so much to me. I appreciate it. You know, my dad played such a huge role in my life and development as a kid, as growing up wanting to be a baseball player like he was, and you know, going through our life, we had kind of a similar experience where we both, our career ended kind of abruptly, and we kind of had to bounce around a little bit before we realized we were done playing baseball. And we shared that, and you know, ended up going and working for him and being a home builder. And I've been doing that for 20 years, and I'm just so proud and happy to be able to do that, especially, you know, in this community, and to come back here to be honored like this, and the Eagle Mountain Saginaw School District. I mean, you know, we built a lot of homes here, and I'm proud and I'm happy to have contributed in that way. And to come back here tonight and be honored like this, I cannot tell you how much it means to me, and I know my family. It means so much to them too. The thing that I took away from thinking back on this time I had at Boston was how much Coach Nelson and Coach Hatcher just committed their entire lives to us. You know, they gave up their family life, their home life, I mean everything to help us get better and to try to win, you know, sporting events. And you know, they taught us, you know, they were teachers as well. They gave up so much of their life, and that's just means so much, and we never tell you, thank you, but I recognize that. Coach Hatcher too. I've thought a lot about him lately. I haven't seen him, talked to him in years and years and years, and I love him. I thought a lot about him, how much he was always there at the baseball field. That man's existence was Boswell baseball and us, and he was just there. He was always there. He was in the locker room. He was on the field. He was working on the field. He was putting up lights. We didn't have lights. He put up lights. We didn't have a brick dugout. He got all the material and made us go out there and brick the dugout. And we did. We bricked it. And it fell down about 2 weeks later. First big windstorm. We had a really good team back in those days. Brett Burns, already in this Hall of Fame, well-deserved. Chris Lansford, my good friend, second base, middle infield partner. We were the ones that made him hit us ground balls till dark. Till Coach Hatcher, the cows would come home. He would say, we're going to practice till the cows come home. And we did. We literally did. There was cow pasture all around our field back then. So we were a good team. We had a lot of fun together. I cherish those moments and days. I miss them. But I'm fortunate enough to be able to see guys like Brett and Chris and Bobby. And, every once in a while we'll run into each other. So it's great. It's great, and even that. I was looking at the baseball team, that 1990 team when Brett was still with us, and we were ranked number 2 in the area, just behind Keller, 5A Keller, and they went on to win play the state championship. I don't know if they won, I don't care, but we had a really good team. It was a great year for Boswell Athletics. We had a fantastic basketball team. We got to watch those guys, and I think they motivated us too to be good. And we came really close to having 2 state championship, or at least 2 teams go to state in major sports in the same year. One thing about this honor for me in particular is that my wife, my children here, Austin, Ethan, and Isla, my wife Cassie, they never got to see me play baseball. They don't know that part of me at all. They just know Dad and my husband. So to be able to get this honor tonight and share it with them and in front of them, I cannot tell you what it means to them. It kind of gives them a little glimpse and window into my past, and kind of where it all began for me, and what made me the dad and the husband and the son that I am today. So my parents, I haven't said enough about them. My sister, who's not here tonight, they sat through baseball game after baseball game after baseball game. You'd think I took a lot of ground balls. We played 80 or 90 games one year. And I would leave football practice, and I still don't know how I got away with that. I don't know. I would leave it before practice was over, and I just walked off the field, and those seniors would look at me, where's he going? And, I don't know how that happened, but hey, thank you for letting me do that. So my family, my parents, my sister sat through a ton of games, and baseball can be a little bit of a grind sometimes, and it can kind of be slow. And so I'm so thankful that they were there for me over the years and did everything to help me be a baseball player and have the success that I had. And they did so much, and I appreciate it so much. And I'm so thankful that they're here tonight and can be here and for me to accept this. So, on behalf of my family, I just want to say thank you to everybody here tonight, and the current members of the Hall of Fame, and thank you so much for giving me this honor. Just sincerely appreciate it.
Thank you. Our next introducer, he has 400 letters in his last name, so we lovingly just call him Coach Ab.
His senior year, we go into it, and again, we were the butt of a lot of jokes. We were called a lot of names leading up to it, and he, in the middle, we beat Hazel that first game. It was one of the most memorable games. Coach Harlan was the head coach. One of the best games at Ballsville Stadium, beating those suckers anytime was a good deal. But we beat them, and because they kind of rubbed their nose in it the year before, and James was one of the main reasons. And you know, I was talking to Coach Davis, and who was around then too, and we were talking about you know, the Weatherford game that comes out in my mind, where it was a rainy night, and we had some adversity and that type of deal. And I just remember he lived in the backfield and played one of the best football games, and just the way that he attacked every single play, and he used his ability, and he had long arms and did everything he could, and he maximized his talent. And that's the thing that always impressed me about him. And Coach Davis brought up the Pascal game, where that center, I think, quit in the middle of the game. He had had enough, and the quarterback, I don't believe, got a clean snap. But that was James, and he had a motor and he'd come over and just smile. And I think when he sacked the quarterback, he'd just come over and just kind of shrug and smile, and we'll go do it again. And he was a lot of fun. I was a head powerlifting coach at the time, and he was you know, again, made me a great powerlifting coach. We went to state, and state was down in Houston, so we loaded up, and I said, we're going to keep on driving. We're going to go to Galveston. We're going to go get in the ocean and play around and did all that kind of stuff. And so James was that type of kid. You could trust him with everything, and he was special. And he went on to TCU, was recruited by Dick Winter, got to play for Gary Patterson, and had an awesome career for the Horned Frogs. Beat my Red Raiders too many times, but got a degree, has an incredible career, has a great family, married way over his head, and has 2 boys that I'm very proud of. And I got a bunch of young men that play for the Pioneers right here that he's a great guy to look up to. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce one of the best football players to play for the Ballsville Pioneers, James Vess.
Coach Ab, I just want to publicly apologize for the dead cat and all the leaves that one year.
I knew it was you.
It was us. But no, I just really appreciate the opportunity to get in front of everybody and, you know, say thanks to the Saginaw community. And this was an amazing town to grow up in and still live in, you know, the area. And we just had so much fun growing up here. My brother and I were, you know, constantly playing baseball and football and doing everything we could. And, you know, it wasn't just about athletics, it was about school also. And my parents were, you know, the main reason behind that. But we just had a good time here, and, you know, love the all new things that are happening here. It's a testament of, you know, Mr. Fowler and Chris here, you know, all the older guys, you know, I feel like I can kind of say that. Grew up watching you guys. You know, that's what's awesome about being here and being in this same class with you guys. Really feel honored to be here. And you know, thank you, Mr. Jacobs, for nominating me. And, you know, never thought in the world that I would ever be here. So just wanted to you know, say thanks and tell a few stories. You know, there's lots of good memories that we had through here. But that one Hazel game that Coach Abendschan was talking about, that was one of the, you know, vivid memories that I had. Just that tenacity that was instilled in me from, you know, early on. And you know, almost sacked the quarterback, and he threw it out to the wide receiver, and I ended up tackling the wide receiver 40 yards down the field. And just never had a moment of quit in my body. So I always wanted to be the best in everything that I've tried to do, and football just gave me the opportunity to keep going and trying to you know, push that on to TCU. Was, you know, wearing my freshman bowl ring. I've got 4 of these from TCU, but It was the adversity that we learned through Boswell, and going 1-9 and 0-10, and then 4-6, and then playing as a true freshman at TCU as an 18-year-old just graduating from high school. That's the legacy I feel like that Boswell put into to me and my being. And Coach Davis and Coach Abendschan and Coach Harlan, it's great to see you guys here, and got one of my best friends that I played alongside with in high school, Greg. He's one of the gold-headed guys up in the program. But we just had a lot of adversity to overcome. I know it's changed a lot since I've been here at Boswell, but playing football with my brother was probably my fondest memories here. My sophomore year, I got to play with him. He was a senior, I was a sophomore, and it's funny, we got a little tussle in the locker room after one time. He was a senior and I was a sophomore. I was on the starting punt defense team, and he thought it was going to be a good idea for him as an O-lineman senior who's done with practice to go back and catch the snap for the punter. And I told the guy in front of me to let me go through. And he did so, and my brother catches the ball after the snap, and I just laid him out, and it felt so good. He was always bigger and stronger than me, and I just never had that real good hit.
Cheap shot.
It was a cheap shot, I will admit. But after that, we got into it in the locker room. But on the way over here, he shared a story with me that I seemed to slip my mind. But apparently some guy was wailing on me, and he came and grabbed that guy off of me, and put a whooping on him. And it's just that sense of family and community that transcends years of being apart and playing together. It's one of my best memories. So maybe we can do it again sometime. But no, it was just thankful to be here. And Coach Abendschan, one important thing, because I'll break down and cry, and we won't have enough time here to get through that, but really means a lot to see you and your wife Barbara here. Y'all were very influential in my life, and so glad for y'all to share this moment with me. Thankful for my family. Y'all done a lot for me over the years and continue to do so with helping raise the 4 grandchildren that y'all have. 2 are mine and 2 are my brothers, and my wife Claire. Thank you for putting up with me and all that I give you heartache for. My business partner Todd Fitzgerald and his wife Shelley are here. Thank y'all for being here as well. It means a lot that y'all are here, and Greg and Tommy, appreciate y'all. Just want to thank the entire community here as well, and everybody that's here sharing this moment with us, and thank you.
Thank you. And to end our night, our last introducer is Chris Burns Wallis.
This old lady's got some nose and it's on my iPad, so give me a- and I will tell you, one of the last games that we played was at Decatur. It was in a dinky, dark stone gym. Little old bitty thing. And they were one of our arch nemesis back in those days. The 10 varsity players had gathered in the gym, in the dressing room at halftime. Susan gathered the team into a huddle and shared with them this little poem that she had found a couple of weeks earlier that she had shared with me. And to me, this epitomizes Susan. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out, with never a thought of frustration, with never a moment of doubt. I present to you my team and friend, Susan Watson.
I appreciate everything you have done, Chris. I knew she was doing a lot of research and talking to people. She wouldn't tell me what they were saying. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you part of my time. You know, you need to take it. I think now you should just vent it on. And I guess they saved the oldest for last. In fact, Chompa, when he came to my house to video and take pictures, he really admired my high-top Converse All-Star basketball shoes. But I'd like to start out first with a special thank you to Jan Lowry for nominating me, and to the Hall of Fame committee for selecting me to be inducted tonight. I am truly honored. Also have to thank my teammates, my coach, our managers and cheerleaders, the fans, and of course my family. Each of these were key people that played a part in my successes in athletics. My love of basketball started in the 7th grade in a small West Texas school. I enjoyed and loved playing, and I guess it made me nervous because I think I got a fever blister every week. At the end of the school year, my dad, a principal, wanted to get a job in the Fort Worth area, and the current superintendent at that school said, be sure that you get in a school district that has girls' sports. Because at that time, Fort Worth and a lot of the schools did not have any girls' sports. Well, my dad and my mom both got jobs in the Eagle Mountain Saginaw School District. And yes, they had girls' basketball. I wanted my players to learn and perfect the skills of the sports. But it was more important that I was a part of shaping these players into productive young ladies that had strong character and values to use as they joined the real world. I was so proud when some of my athletes got scholarships to college to play sports. It was also rewarding when some of those chose to be an educator and a coach, and hopefully they used the tools that I taught them to be successful. One of those players is here tonight, Renee, and two of my former coaches, Jody Connor, Mary Smith, are here, and I'm very proud to have them. I want to finish by expressing my appreciation for the support of my family. My parents attended nearly every game I played in high school and college. My mother said that in the 8th grade I told my coach, Melissa Stewart, that we can't start the game because my parents weren't there. After being a coach, I can't imagine my players telling me that. I guess I thought they were just an important part of our games. My parents even followed me to several of my games during my coaching career and attended every special award event where I was recognized. In fact, I know they would love and enjoy being here tonight. But I have my sister Nancy and my brother-in-law Andy to be my family support, and I'm very thankful for them. Through high school and college, I wore the number 21. I wasn't sure why. I guess I thought it was lucky. You know, some athletes can be superstitious. My sister Nancy started Boswell the year after I graduated. I knew Nancy wore number 21 in high school and college, but last year I found out she chose that number. That number was lucky for her too, because she also went on to be an outstanding athlete in high school and college. One of Nancy's daughters even wore that number. I had a cousin on my mother's side that wore number 21. His son wore that number, and the son's daughter wore that number. And I don't know if there were any other family members who wore it. But years ago, I was looking through some old family pictures, and I found a picture of my grandfather Jones standing in front of a horse-drawn wooden wagon. He was standing there in his baseball uniform, and his number was 21. I guess it was more than superstition. I think it has a special place in our family athletic heritage. There's really only one thing I regret not getting to do during my athletic career, and that was playing on the same team with my sister Nancy. Maybe it wasn't to be, because I don't know who would have won that number 21. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.